Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to Last Time Stylosa. So let's talk about Elite Dangerous, and is it actually worth buying at launch? Now I'm going to come out and say it totally is worth buying, but obviously I'm really biased towards this because I've been having quite a good time playing the game. But this may help you actually if you follow through this video, and I'm kind of going to have a little bit of a casual chat about my experience with the game, because I'm by no means an expert or any kind of pro or any of that. I'm just a guy who's been enjoying playing Elite Dangerous for what it is, okay? So I think to begin with, if you are thinking about actually picking up Elite Dangerous, then you should probably pick up Elite Dangerous, because anything that you've seen leading up to the thought process of, I actually want this game, or should I buy this game, there's probably enough there to warrant purchase of the game, and you will get, you know, a good amount of enjoyment based on what's actually there at the moment. But before we get into this, let's just think about what's going to happen, guys, and what's been happening today. So today, this video has been recorded the day before the launch, so this is the 15th of December. Game obviously launches on the 16th of December. You can see on the screen now a couple of instances where the game has disconnected. Now, this is obviously quite frustrating, and there may be other examples of this going on in the video. This will happen. Stress on the servers is going up as more people come to the game because of the launch hype. That's just natural, that's going to happen. So please, if you do pick the game up either today or you pick it up tomorrow on the launch, or even maybe a few days after launch, it's going to be rough, okay? Expect downtime, expect disconnections from the server and all kinds of things like that. I mean, in the example, it depends on how I've edited this because I'm such a goddamn pro. You either see it now or you see it in a second or in a few minutes. I'm actually involved in quite a good dogfight. If I kill this guy, I will take, I think it's about 28,000 credits in bounty. But just before I kill him, the game crashes or disconnect. Well, it doesn't crash, it disconnects me from the server. That's pretty bad. And I've got to be honest, I did go, shit, no! But you've got to understand, guys, that is going to happen. Just forget that's happening because, you know, within a week's time, all of that should be gone. Now, let's talk about features and let's talk about what you can actually do. So the biggest thing for me at the moment that's not in the game is proper multiplayer support. Now, I know you can get together and you can potentially do some things together, but it is very, very bare bones. So, for example, if I wanted to get the game with me and Kirioth and we were to go around, let's say, in like a little fleet or a little wing or something like that and go and take part in piracy, we can't really do that at the moment. Now, ideally, it would be nice if we could do that, but I am told, and if you go to the official forums and stuff, you can see that in January they are planning the Wingman update, which does bring in a lot of the multiplayer features, and at that point the game will be way better, in my opinion, based on the way I'd like to play the game. However, you can still play multiplayer, so to speak. There was a lot of controversy about the game being online only. There's no kind of offline play sort of thing anymore. There kind of is, but you still need an internet connection. But the game's meant to be played online, let's face it, and if you go into open play, you go into the universe, you will see other people, and now that is good. In earlier betas, it was pretty, like, you could go a long period without finding anyone. Now you will almost certainly find people pretty much straight away. As soon as you come out of this, of whatever station you spawn in, you go into Super Cruise, so you're kind of going around whatever solar system you're in, or whatever system. You will find other people, and I do like that, you know, and there is opportunity to speak to these people and stuff. Actually getting together and doing things with them, that's a completely different thing altogether. You know, it's still very difficult. Now, I understand, guys, there probably are, let's say, high-end ways of doing that, but I'm not actually good enough to have experienced that, because I wanted to give my opinion as somebody who's new to the game, somebody who's not played hundreds of hours through the various betas, but somebody who's just dabbled a little bit, and in all honesty has played the most only in the last few days. Now let's just talk about what I've been doing. So I've been playing the game, as I say, for the last few days, and I think I've probably got, I don't know, around about 15 hours of gameplay, and I'm going to say it was 15 hours of solidly enjoyable gameplay. It wasn't boring, it wasn't slow, or it didn't feel slow. It always felt like I had something to do. Now, what was I doing? Well, I started off with the Sidewinder, which is the ship everyone gets at the start. I went out and I basically ignored every kind of mission I could get from the station and left, went into Super Cruise, so I'm flying around a little system I'm in, and I was just hunting for unidentified signal sources, and these are kind of random events that can happen. They could be anything. Now, back when I played a few months ago, these were very boring because they would be, very rarely it would be anything of interest, it'd be pretty bad. Now, however, there's quite a few different things that can actually happen, and I found myself having quite a good time. And before I knew it, within a few hours, I'd made over 100,000, which is quite a bit for a noob. I know it's nothing compared to pros and stuff, but it was quite a bit. It was enough for me to go up to the next tier of ship, which was the Eagle. Although I do believe, I think I've actually got a free Eagle, because I've obviously got the Kickstarter backer stuff. But anyway, regardless, if you were to pick the game up after launch, you wouldn't have that, because I think that's a pre-order bonus maybe. But you know, I moved on to the next ship. This is more of a kind of like a more maneuverable ship. It's kind of similar to the Sidewinder. I mean, some would say it's not really an upgrade, it's not really worth going for, but it was only 50,000 or so credits, so I went for that, and I've been having a damn good time carrying on doing what I've been doing, and literally 15 hours have passed. You can see on the video, that's basically what I've been doing, guys. Flying around, checking out these points, and it's been really interesting. But there is a lot of things you can actually do. I mean, you can mine, okay? So you can go to asteroid belts, you can mine. I think you can have refineries set up on ships, so you can actually that may be a requirement of mining, I'm not sure. You can bounty hunt, you can go on trade runs, so you can buy things at one station and then try and sell them, you know, a certain distance away for profit, because maybe they lack that. You can run missions on the bulletin board, you know, kill certain people. You know, there may be missions for go and get a bounty over here, go to this system, collect this, or you know, there is a lot in the game already. I think when it comes down to it, the core mechanics of the game are really solid. Like, they work really well. The flight systems, the graphics engine, all of it is quite optimized. I know that they're actually going to optimize the graphics even more, but the engine itself, you know, okay, I have a fairly high-end computer, but I'm getting really high frame rates from this, and it's really good, guys, really enjoyable. Although one thing I will say, it's much better with the joystick, and I'll actually put a link in the description below to my review of the Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS, I believe it is. It's a very cheap HOTAS setup, but it's really good. And it's made the game so much better, like so much better, way better. I mean, never use keyboard and mouse, that's just terrible. I think in terms of negatives and stuff, ship designs are probably an issue for some people. Now, it's kind of very basic. Now, this is partly to do with the fact Elite Dangerous is the next in the series of the Elite games, so they've kept the design constant. Things with the space stations are, you know, the same design. Well, the classical, I don't even know what it is. Is it a decahedron? I don't know what it is. That classical shape of space stations there. But there is also other space stations with like rings and stuff like that, which do look nice. But ship-wise, and let's say player-controlled ship-wise, it is a bit limited. If you like triangles, squares, and things like that, that's all it kind of is. Now, for me, I don't particularly care. You know, I'm having a blast with the game itself. But I know for some people, it could be an issue because it's not. Dare I say, it's not like Star Citizen. It's not that level of ship design where it's really flashy and show-offy and all of that stuff. However, that being said, there are some impressive ships in the game, especially capital ships, but you can't obviously pilot them. I mean, who knows, maybe in the future you'll be able to pilot them, but you definitely cannot now. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I think if you are thinking about picking up the game, you should definitely pick up the game, because you are at a point there where you're thinking to yourself, will I enjoy a space flight simulator game? Will I enjoy the universe that they're trying to build? And if you've already consumed enough media to come to that point, you probably will enjoy it, and you won't regret the purchase. The only way I can see you regretting the purchase is if you right now want to go out with your friends and buy 5 copies of the game, all get together and go exploring and go, you know, becoming a pirate or whatever. That's going to be pretty much impossible, because it's going to be very difficult to get together. Not to mention you could spawn in totally different parts of the galaxy, which would make it nigh on impossible to reach each other until you get better ships. So you might be disappointed, but that's the only way I can kind of think of anyone being disappointed. Oh, and also, just to add to what you can actually do, beyond mine, trade, bounty hunt, run missions and all that stuff, you can obviously do whatever the hell you like, but you can actually explore as well. So you can go to areas of the galaxy that are not explored, and you can scan those systems, and you can sell that data, kind of the map data, for profit that way. So it is really interesting, guys. I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait for it to launch, and I can't wait for more updates to come in. But as it stands right now, it is a very, very enjoyable game if you're totally fine playing it kind of on your own, but in a world with other people. If you're looking to play it with a load of people straight away, you may have some problems. But as I say, guys, I would recommend picking the game up. It's been one of the better games I've played all year, and it's nice to see games like this coming out that really do push the boundary of gaming. Okay, guys, I'm in Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then subscribe to the channel, like the video and all that jazz. Leave a comment, and I'll catch you next time, people. Toodaloo.